Hello and welcome. I'm hoping everything's working. I'm never quite sure whenever I turn on one of these live streams. Though the chances are, if you're watching this, you're not actually watching this live and you're watching the pre-recorded version, because I doubt anybody's actually pressed the button quick enough to launch this as I'm talking at the moment. Maybe. Does that make sense? Possibly. But yes, hello and welcome to a live stream. I'm going to be streaming Will It Roll. I'm going to give this a go. I was wondering what sort of stuff I could stream, what I could try, and I thought Will It Roll would make a great thing. Haven't done one of these for like a proper Will It Roll anyway. Haven't done it for ages, and thought this might be an interesting thing to stream. And yeah, we're gonna see how things go. I'm just gonna give people a minute to join the stream. I am going to be keeping an eye on. Well, if you're watching this live, if you're watching, I don't know why I should say this, because if you're listening to this bit, the chances are you're probably not watching this live. So me saying I'm keeping an eye on the comments, etc., is probably not really much good. But never mind. Yeah, as I said, we're going to be doing some Will It Roll. We're going to be experimenting with some cars. I'll be taking suggestions and so on and so forth for vehicles to be throwing around at the scenery. Right. Hello, people. I should point out, as ever, I am streaming on YouTube purely because this is the place where you guys watch our videos, and it makes sense for me to use all of this, use the streaming feature on here. It is not ideal. There is a little bit of a delay between what I say and it coming across on the video. It is about, just looking through the collection of FailRace vehicles that I've used in my garage. You will get an unintended garage tour. What was I saying? I've forgotten. I've gone off track. Yes, there's a little bit of a delay between what I'm saying and it coming across in the video, which means that when I take suggestions for the next car to roll, I'm going to have to try and time this so that when I say it, I've got 40 seconds to wait for people to start suggest things, and then that be the time. I'll figure it out as we go along. I will figure it out. Yeah, we've got all sorts of interesting cars in here. All sorts of... have we got any famous cars now? When did we use that? When did I use that? I don't know. I have the maximum garage. I remember when we used that. That was good fun. I have the max garage, which is... I did have. I might have slightly lost it. Yeah, got slightly less cars. 550 is the most vehicles you can have in a garage, and I'm pretty much full of vehicles, and a lot of them I don't remember why I've got them. Let's just pick a vehicle at random. No, I definitely don't remember you. I do remember you. Yes, when I was doing the experiment for what vehicles... I'll see if I can remember my own cars now. When I was trying to pick a vehicle to do the experiment as to what causes a car to roll, the Maserati Giblia... Sod it, I don't care. Was the car that I was thinking of using. Ended up being a BMW though. Anyway, we shall get on with the rolling. Now some people are here and some people are watching. There's a Seat touring car that I did quite well with. Did I win I can't remember if I won the championship. I raced that win, but I don't know. That's I don't know. That's a setup challenge car. Sorry, I'll stop getting distracted. Now, the first vehicle that I am going to be rolling today, as somebody has just correctly guessed on my screen, I'm going to be rolling a Lamborghini. In fact, I'm going to try and roll the Lamborghini Aventador, the only car that has ever really beaten me. You're a standard one. I don't actually know. We're going to get in this. We're going to take away all of the upgrades, and then I'm going to give it another go. I think when I rolled this, or tried to roll this Lamborghini before, I don't think I had race tyres on it. I don't think I realised back then that race tyres would make the vehicle roll easier. I think it was just done with race suspension. So, we're going to go for racing tyres. We're going to go for all of that. Also, I should point out, Forza 4 is a very, very loud game. You probably won't realise this normally, but when I come to edit the videos, record the videos, etc., Forza 4 is very, very loud. Now, I think I have readjusted the audio so that it should be okay when I start driving. However, if the car is really, really loud, or if my voice is really quiet, let me know in the commenty bit. It is a little bit delayed, yeah, I know. But yeah, let me know if that's going on, and I will try and readjust the volumes. I think it should be okay, but I'm never quite sure with this. So we want to take everything off. We want to reset default upgrades. And yes, there we go. Oh yeah, this is on Forza 4. Did I not put it in the title? I might not have done. It's on Forza 4. I'll go and change it. I don't know if I can now. Never mind. We're playing Forza 4. Tyres, tyres, tyres. We want racing tyres, and we're going to make the tyre width as big as possible. Speaking of Lamborghini Aventadors, I saw one today. I was coming back from racing remote control car, and on the other side of the motorway, in fact, on the other side of the motorway, a Ferrari 458 went past, and then a sort of 20 minutes later, a Lamborghini Aventador went past. It was a good day for car spotting. Okay, I also like how it's the colour on this. I can't remember why it's this colour. I'm sure there was a reason. I'm not sure if I didn't do it to annoy Daniel. It's possible I did that. It makes it very hard to see on the little screen. I apologise. So the rules for Will It Roll, God, it's been a while since I've done this, is I can only do 3 upgrades. So racing tyres is 1, tyre widths. Are we going to say tyre widths? We're going to say that they're 1 for both of them, or 2. I'm just going to go with this for now. If it rolls over really easily, I'll take the tyre widths off and see how that affects it, see what that does. Right, so we're going to go test drive. Whoops, that is test drive. And we want to go to look at all these tracks, which I miss. Maybe not that one so much. I'm not a massive fan of Magello. We want to go here. Yes, we want to... everybody's saying roll a Prius. There. There we might have a grand finale of a Prius. Every time we've messed with a Prius in a video, it has always beaten us in some way. I burnt it on the downhill chaos and it set Michael on fire. We tried to kill it with Land Rovers and it killed 3 of them. What else did we do? It screwed me over on a speed run with a God, what was it? Ultimate Aero, I think. I could turn my TV down because that's really loud. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Can I remember what I'm doing? Yes, I can. Do we want... I'm going to have to go bonnet view. I can't drive from third-person view on Forza. I'm sorry. I may kind of swap to that occasionally, but for this I need to be very precise on the curb, so I need to have good vision at the front of the vehicle. Right, I haven't driven four-wheel drive car on Forza for a while. It's very understeery. I've forgotten how understeery these things were. Attack the curb, that's not really done very much. Attack the curb, that's not done much either. Okay, this is going to... I'm going to have to get back in the groove. Is a groove a thing? For rolling? I don't know. It is a thing. Yes. It is a thing when it comes to racing, but to rolling, nah. I don't really think. It's quite a luck of lot. No, not of luck. That's the thing. It is a thing involved in this. That's okay. You've smacked a wall. I apologise to Lamborghini fans. This will hurt a little bit, but it has to be done. Right, get back to this view. I don't think speed is not an issue. Speed is not an issue with this car as such. There should be more than enough speed to do it. It's the lack of ride height and the width. The width of this car is one of the big problems, I think, as to why it doesn't roll over. Because it is so very, very wide. That's not looking promising. Bugger. We've got full race tyres on. And race tyres is what make these vehicles roll. Well, it's grip. It's grip that make things... roll on Forza 4. I am not sure, I haven't really done fully experimental Gran Turismo yet. On Forza 5 it's all wonky, that's why we're doing this on 4 at the moment. Why have I gone back to third person? I can't see the curb. Yeah, that's why I don't do it in third person. When I'm playing a game and I'm sort of playing slightly on autopilot because I'm talking, I end up pressing random buttons on the controller. You may well see me do it accidentally. Like look back. It's normally the look back is only been like 2 minutes and I'm already struggling. No, it's the look back button that I normally end up pressing far too often. Okay, come on, let's try and get this corner right. Try and get the corner right. That was wrong, and we've not rolled. This is not a not the best of starts. I knew this was going to be tricky. Yeah, the reason why I never ever live recorded Will It Roll until now is because it just takes so long. Some of the vehicles take so long to roll. When I was doing this regularly, I would spend... Oh, that was a bit better. Whoa, hello, tyres. That was closer. Yeah, when I did this series regularly, it could well be half an hour a car trying to get something to roll. And I just didn't want to live record for all of that time every single week. Because, yeah, that's pretty damn tough doing that much, and also you'd just end up running out of things to talk about if you're live recording, whereas now people can ask questions and so on, and I can talk about that sort of stuff, and I've probably got, I would say, a bit better at commentating since back then. however long ago. I don't know how long it was since we did the last proper will it roll. And corner and not rolling. Well, it's getting further than I think it did I'm trying to... It was a long time ago. I tried to roll this blooming thing. And spin it around. And we bumped a wall because I'm being an idiot. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Everything is absolutely fine. Right, speed is fine. We're going to try and get the angle on this curb right. Attack. Ooh, that's looking like that might go. Sorry, tyres. Well, sorry, Lamborghini. Don't care about the tyres. That's actually looking quite promising. I'm not sure that coming from this way is work. You don't realise quite how... I wouldn't say decent the damage is on Forza 5, but the sort of slight deformability of the cars on Forza 5 is quite noticeable when you compare it to the cars on Forza 4 that just lose all of their paint. I smacked a tyre bundle at like 60 miles an hour, and in fact, I smacked a tyre bundle a couple of times at 60 miles an hour, and it's taken off the paint. This is the world's strongest Lamborghini ever in existence. All of those things. Alright, I don't think we're going to roll it from this way, because I don't think we can take the right angle. Oh, maybe. I don't know, it's always funny. I've changed down a gear by accident. This way here is definitely preferable for rolling of vehicles coming from this angle, because you don't have a corner to worry about beforehand. You can take whatever line it is you want. You can experiment with lines a little bit more, and with some of the worst handling cars, you don't have to take such a tight line through here. Come on, Lamborghini! Not rolled. Brake. Hello, and again. There are countless cars have ended up in that tyre wall over there. Many vehicles. I think I'm going to stop approaching from this angle. I don't think I can do it, because I think I need a fair bit of speed to clip it, and I can't take the speed through the corners. Right. Let's go back up here. Whee, and stop. And turn. Right, I'm just having a look at questions that are coming in. I'm sorry if these have been a little bit delayed. As I said, YouTube can be a little bit funny with these. If British insurance wasn't a problem, what car would I have? Well, they're still assuming that the problem I would have is a lack of money, if you like, on buying of the car front. What I would probably be driving at the moment is either a 205 GTI or the MR2 that I want. Both those cars. It's the second generation MR2 that I'm looking at. Maybe a Fiat Coupe. I do quite like them. They're front-wheel drive, but they are very powerful. I don't think they're more powerful than the MR2. Or possibly an Alfa GTV. I'm not so sure about that. Because Alfa-itis can be can be interesting with them. But yeah, I may well have an MR2 or a 205 GTI. Well, actually, someone just put up an interesting point. I did look at an old Scirocco as well at some points. I was looking at them. They're just, I wouldn't say rare. They were just a little bit harder to find, and they tended to not be in as good a condition as all the other vehicles that I were looking at, and of course, yeah, insurance and everything. So yeah, if insurance wasn't as big a problem as it is, I would probably be... whoops, I've bumped into a wall. I'd probably be driving an MR2 at the moment. Right, everybody's saying, look, we will roll a Prius, okay? It will be done at some point tonight, I promise you. I want to do the Lamborghini first, though. Curb! No. Nah, it's not... It's annoying. I've had this before, where you sit there and you sat there thinking, it could roll, it could roll. You hit the curb and it goes a long way up on its side. If you keep an eye out on the left-hand side of the... Yeah, it's the left-hand side of the screen. I know my left and right. Yeah, keep an eye on the left-hand side of the screen. You will see that sparks will be coming out. That's the problem. That means the body is catching on the floor. We don't really want that. Yeah, you can see there a spark coming out. It's catching on the floor. I don't know if I can overcome that with speed or overcome that with precision on the curb. We will try both approaches and see what we come up with. I'm just having a look through the... I have got project cars. Someone asking if I'm going to get project cars. I do have project cars. I've tried to do I think I've said this before. I've tried to do a video on it a few times. I could never get it right. Come on, Lamborghini. Yeah, I spent a while trying to do a video on that. Was never happy with it, and I gave up. I may well come back to it. But that was actually a fairly decent attempt from a silly angle and no speed. The problem with doing commentaries on a simulation racing game is that if you are driving properly on it, there is not a lot to talk about because, well, one, you're focusing a lot on driving, and talking and driving sensibly is very hard. I can talk and drive like this all day. I've driven this bit of track hundreds, if not thousands of times. I can drive this with keeping one eye vaguely on my TV and the other keeping an eye on the comments. I may do a silly thing like this and forget that I'm not supposed to be running up this direction. That was excellent timing. I've lost the train of thought. Yeah, I can sort of work like this, but if I'm trying to fight a like a proper simulation car and properly driving, properly racing with AIs or other people, I just can't talk and drive at the same time. That's why I'll never do a live stream of a proper full-on race series that we're doing. I just can't concentrate on doing both things at once. Or I can, but I'll just make silly mistakes when it comes to the driving, and I want to be actually able to drive quite well. So that's what makes it hard doing it on simulation games, and I don't think this is going to roll. I really don't think it is. Whoopsie daisy, we bumped a wall. Alright, let's back that up and spin it around. So yeah, I mean, I could then go to do sort of like just lapping and showing off the cars and stuff, but then it becomes sort of not as exciting. There's not so much going on. Yeah, that's why I tend to avoid sort of doing Let's Play series on serious racing games. I do it on silly games because there's always action, like Motorstorm. That's a great one for doing sort of series on, because there is actually plenty of stuff going on. I will have a couple more goes with this, and then we will change to carry on with the upgrading of it. Whoops, I've missed the curve completely that time. Don't take your eye off the screen just as you reach the corner. Okay, just keeping an eye on the questions. Scrolling down. Have I played Need for Speed The Run? No, I have not played Need for Speed The Run. I tend to read a lot of reviews. I have a subscription to the Xbox magazine thing. I tend to read a lot of reviews about games, and Need for Speed The Run generally got terrible reviews. I know reviews only... yeah, it's like only a personal opinion thing, but when lots of places give it a fairly poor review, that's not going to roll. I tend to not be particularly interested in the game. So yeah, I never bought Need for Speed The Run. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I didn't buy it. And donut to finish, we're going to go carry back upgrading it. We are going to go and upgrade it a little bit more. Now I think we're going to have to go for suspension. If we go for springs, we can raise it. We can. I can't remember if it was stiffen it or soften it that worked. Stiffen it, I believe. We'll raise it, stiffen it, give it some camber. Yes, because that gave it more grip when it went up on its side. We can do all of that with just the springs, I believe. I hope I've remembered correctly. Yeah, I think you can. And I've missed it. This one. Here we go. What questions have we got coming in? I'm not in Milton Keynes. No, I travel through Milton Keynes regularly. I've been through Milton Keynes many a time, but no, I do not live in Milton Keynes. I live near Cambridge, and most of the people watching this are going to have no bloody clue where that is. So that's fine by me. We want to go setup. In fact, if we just run the test drive, we can change the setup in there. Right, loading screens. I think the loading screens are better on it than they are on blooming 5. Yeah, test drive. Somewhere it is sunset. There we go. I swear we've rolled a Prius before in Will It Roll. What did we roll it in? Was it the... I'm trying to remember now. I think it was in the Tuner Tuesday cars a long time ago. Maybe some of you will remember. I don't know if you will. We did a competition where people would tune cars. We gave it to our team racing driver. He raced them round Iberian. I set it up on Iberian because it was the only track I could ever be bothered to tune my own car for that challenge. And I believe at some point we rolled some of them, and one of the cars we used was a Prius. I think that's when we've rolled it before. Right, stick the suspension all the way up. Not really very high. We want to give it all of the cambers. It was that way, wasn't it? Yeah, we don't want positive. Why you would think positive would be a good idea? He's not. I've tested it a while back, and positive camber doesn't make your car roll. The negative camber is the way you want to go with it. As the car goes up on its side, the tyre is then flat on the ground, and you have more grip, and that's what causes the car to roll over. While in theory, if you had positive camber, as you went up on your side, the car would have, there'd be very, very little of the tyre on the road. You would think that would cause the car to roll. It doesn't work like that, although it will help the car roll in some circumstances. But it's the positive camber that makes it a lot easier. Come on, Aventador! Yes, this is going over. This is falling over at some point. If that's the first attempt I've done and it smacked its roof on the thingy, the catch fence, that is definitely going. Well, I say definitely. Now I've said that, it's not going over, and I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes swearing at the damn thing because it won't fall over after that amazing first attempt. Now I missed the curb that time. Ooh, yes, the tyres. We held our breath on that one. Okay, I may actually get an Aventador to roll. I was always a bit of a risk going for the Aventador first because never quite know if I could actually do this. Come on, you stupid car! That is getting so far. That's getting so far over. Whoopsie daisy. That's me not looking where I'm going and bumping into a wall. Just as somebody said, we will be getting the crew. Yes, I will most definitely be getting the crew when it's coming out. Hopefully Daniel and Husky will be getting the crew as well, and we'll be messing about on there because that game looks absolutely amazing fun. Okay, I'm trying to go. There we go. It's gone. The Aventador has rolled. I've beaten the Aventador. Haha! There is no car now that has beaten me for will it roll. It has gone over. We have been successful. Aha! That is a good start to the evening. We are 22 minutes in. The Aventador is on its roof. I'm loving how people are now saying that it was so close from the previous attempts and they don't know that it's actually rolled over because it's on this delay. Well, the Aventador has been beaten and we shall have a celebratory donut. It's a little bit scratched. We make everybody dizzy. No, let's not do that because that'll make me dizzy. Right, there we go. Now we're going to need to move on to another vehicle. We're going to save the Prius. We're not going to do the Prius yet. The Prius is going to come later. You're going to have to keep watching. That's a clever ploy by me that I just thought up that I didn't think about before. You're going to have to keep watching if you want to see the the Prius go over. So if you want to be leaving, your suggestions in the comments now. Go suggest. Well, people are now just seeing the car roll. Yeah, if you want to leave your suggestions, I will get this timing down. For cars you want to see me roll next, the Prius will come later. I promise you I will do the Prius tonight. I'm not going to do the Prius next, though, because otherwise everybody's going to leave having seen the Prius fall over. No. If you want to leave your suggestions for cars that you want to see me roll, and yeah, we will get onto them. I kind of like doing Will It Roll in this live streaming format, as I can get suggestions kind of live. It's a little bit different to how I normally do videos, but I think it's a good idea. Okay, so what do we got? Nothing's coming. Still not got to the right point of the damn thing. Cars. What have I got sitting in my... In fact, how many cars do I have? I shall go check quickly. 544 cars. Yeah, I could have 6 more cars until we... Le Mans cars aren't harder than this, trust me. In fact, shall we do a Le Mans car? People want to see Imprezas. I'm tempted to do a Le Mans car to prove that it's actually not that hard to roll them. As I've been saying this entire time, cars that roll over easily are the cars with the most grip. Something like a Lotus Elise falls over if you breathe on a curb. A Le Mans car, yes, it is very wide, very low, but it has such phenomenal levels of grip that it's a bit of a challenge. What did I roll before? A Porsche, I think. A Porsche Le Mans car. They rolled over. They're fairly straightforward to roll. You just hit the curb with enough speed, and you may have to raise the suspension. But yeah, it is really not particularly hard. Have we got any clear winners on the votes yet? I've seen it. People want to see. I've rolled a Veyron before, haven't I? Have I not rolled a Veyron? I swear I've rolled a Veyron. I don't know. Yeah, I swear we did, because everybody wants to see the Veyron roll over before, and I'm pretty sure I rolled it. Do I actually own a Veyron? That is a good question. I'm just going to have a look. We may go for the Veyron next. I don't think the Veyron's particularly hard, though, because it's not actually the lowest of vehicles. We do have a Veyron. I'm pretty sure we've rolled. I'm pretty sure there's a Will It Roll episode with a Veyron in it. I'm seeing Volvos. People. Well, to be fair, a Volvo could survive pretty much anything. So rolling a Volvo is not really a thing. Did we roll a Ferrari? I'm sure we rolled a Ferrari. Seeing a few focuses. Shall we ever go with a Focus? We're going to go for a Focus. I've been seeing quite a few. I've seen them come up. Now everyone's saying Volvo. God damn you. Okay, fine. Volvo it is. Shush. We're going for a Volvo. But which Volvo? There are all of the Volvos to choose from. What do I own? I own all but the S60. Do any of these have a cool body kit? I don't think so. What one do I like? I like the 850R. Let's roll. We're going to roll the 850R. That's what we're going to have a go with. Whoopsie, don't want to do that. What colour? Oh, not much choice from Volvo here. An 850R actually is another car that I would really quite like to own at some point. Right, so let's. What are we doing? Yes, we're trying to roll. Going to give it a go standard. I'm not sure about this. I think the suspension may be a little bit too soft on this, perhaps. It's a very wide vehicle. Well, I say it's a very wide. It's not as wide as the Lamborghini, but it's kind of overall large dimensions on this. So we will give it a go. We will go full circuit, don't we? We'll give it a go standard, see what happens. I don't think it will have enough grip. I'm pretty sure it's not going to have enough grip to fall over on its own. But you never know. It is possible, perhaps. We will see. It's kind of a lucky dip with this thing. Sorry, you never quite know if something's going to take forever, or it could happen on the first time. That's happened a few times. I've changed up gear far too soon. With that one, it's happened a few times where I've got in a car and it's rolled on like the first or second attempt that I never really expected it to. God, this is a bit of a letdown. Perhaps not quite the right word for it. It is a bit of a difference going from an Aventador to a Volvo 850. It is, quite a change. How are we doing on the curbs? First attempt. No. That did nothing. That really did do absolutely nothing with the Volvo gets stopped. Okay. I think this may have too soft a suspension. I'm pretty sure, isn't this car well known for having very, very stiff suspension? Very long first gear, apparently. There's a wall there as well. Fool. I'm pretty sure this car is notorious for having very stiff suspension and very low suspension. No, we're not going to... Uh-oh. Turn! Fling! That was a bit ambitious. That was always a bit ambitious on that one. And... no, we've got in a bit of a tank slapper. So, this might be a bit tricky. I don't think this is going to go standard. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to go standard. It's too... that suspension's very... I thought this would have stiffer suspension than that. Whoop. Oh, maybe. That's a bit more promising, actually. That is... that's very soft and bouncy suspension. But it's got quite a long way on the side. We'll give it a few more attempts. We won't give up now, but... good. Everybody's lots of people are saying 850R. That's good, because that's the car that I'm using now. This chat lag's worse today, or either that or my computer is worse today, which is entirely possible. I'm watching the chat on my laptop at the moment, so I've got my computer running out the... that's not going to roll off that curb. I can't roll a bike. If I could, I would certainly have tried it on here. Unfortunately, no bikes. What game could I roll a bike on? PGR, perhaps? I don't think you can roll on there. Of course, you could use it on GT8. That's boring. I missed terribly. I missed the curb really, very, very badly. Right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this car. We will try it again. It does seem to be very wibbly wobbly. Again, while I'm going through all of this, leave questions and I will go through them. I can't go through the other ones because it's gone off the screen and I can't scroll down fast enough to find them again. So, yeah, ask fresh questions and we shall go through them. I think it may roll on the standard suspension if it had more speed, but because it's fairly slow and because its lack of speed means that the soft suspension causes problems. We'll have a couple more attempts. I'll give it to like 5 minutes, and if it's not getting particularly close, I mean, it helps if I hit the curb properly. If I could hit the curb at the correct angle, that would cause the thing. Well, it would get it on 2 wheels, but I don't think. Whoopsie, that's reverse. We don't want reverse. We don't want to go into the wall either. We don't really want a Hyundai. Actually, I quite like the Hyundai Genesises. They're nice vehicles. We don't get the new ones in England, I don't think. But I do quite like them. They're pretty damn cool cars that people tend to forget about because they're made by Hyundai and not a particular. Well, let's say not a bit well-known brand, but not a well-known brand for making sports cars, at least. Okay, spin it round. We'll have another couple of attempts, and we will try and hit the curb this time. I'm trying to think what's the best way to get this car to roll. I'm trying to avoid just go. Actually, no, I'm not trying to race tyres with this. See if we can roll it with the standard suspension. If we go for race tyres. What has been the most fun series to make? That's a very interesting question. I think personally, it's got to be some of the GTA 5 challenges. Some of them that we've done. They were excellent fun to film. Some of the manhunt stuff, especially when I was running away from Daniel and Husky, that was hugely tense doing that one, especially once they'd actually caught up to me. And I would say GTA 5 challenges are probably the most fun stuff to make. But there's been plenty of the downhill chaos is probably the most aggravating thing to make. That's that can be a real pain with some of the cars that take so long doing that. I'm just trying to think. It's very hard. It's very hard to say what that is. But yeah, I think that's going to be an answer of sorts. And I'll probably change my mind again if I ask that question later on. Hey, we've got 200 people watching. Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome to the stream. Anybody who is joining this a little bit late, or if you're watching this when it's recorded, then just hello. Thank you for carrying on watching and not giving up on me. Shall we? I think we're going to give up with this Volvo. The suspension's too soft and it's not fast enough. Is my conclusion with this. So it is to the upgrades shop. I'm also probably shouldn't really be driving it in third person because I end up missing the curb. Okay, we're going to go race tyres. We're going to go race tyres first, I think. See if we can roll it on this standard suspension. Somewhere in here. Upgrade shop. I know what I'm doing. I remember things. Kind of. Just race tyres. We're not going to go for the tyre width upgrade on this vehicle. We're not going to need it. It's not as wide or as low as the Lamborghini. So yeah, we're going to stick with this. No, Husky's name is not actually Husky. To whoever asked that, it'd be a cool name to have if it was, but no, it's not. It's just we know Husky from Versus Community. He took part in a lot of Versus Community, and that's where we kind of met him, if you like. And since we're so used to calling him Husky, it would be we would just end up doing it automatically. So that's why he's called Husky in the videos, pretty much. Do this, and there we go. And we will try again. If you were allowed to make one, what would your perfect racing game be? I actually devised my perfect racing game a while ago. I was going to talk about it at some point. I completely forgot, but that's a very good point. Thank you, whoever brought that up. I actually devised a recipe for what I think would be the perfect racing game. Now, I don't know if any of you remember the old TOCA Race Driver. I think it was TOCA Race Driver 3, possibly, that was on the original Xbox. I think that's what it was. And what you did in that game, basically, you started off in a fairly basic car. I can't really remember the career particularly well. I mean, you started off as like a basic car and you did a race series, and then at the end of the race series you got like job offers for different events. I remember there being V8 supercars, there was touring cars and so on and so forth. And if I was to be building a perfect racing game, I'd start off with a career that was structured like that. So perhaps you start off in karts and then you progress through the career. So you get moved from karts, maybe you go into sort of Formula 3, Formula Ford, I don't think there's a Formula Vauxhall anymore, that kind of thing. Or perhaps you go into sort of Ginettas or some form of it's called now, where they race like the hot hatches, like the VW Cups and all that kind of thing. So you start with the go-karts, and then once, oh, that's gone. Volvo's gone. Volvo's gone on the first try with the race tyres. I thought it might. There we go. That's the Volvo's rolled. Pretty straightforward on on the Volvo. Sorry, okay, we've done the Volvo now. If you want to leave suggestions in the commenty bit, now that it's actually got kind of, yeah, we'll catch up. I'll briefly explain the perfect driving game, in my opinion. So yeah, you start off with your karts and then you move up, and then you can progress through the career how you want. You can go to touring cars, world touring cars, or you can perhaps go to, or you can go through there, end up in V8 supercars, maybe DTM cars, or you can go down the single-seater routes, and you can go with your Formula 3, Formula 2, GP2, Formula 1. Okay, I know licensing, you probably couldn't call them that, but you could make the cars and so on and so forth. Perhaps, if you could fit it in, you could go rallycross, off-roading, perhaps like the trophy trucks, all of that kind of thing, and fit as many of those different disciplines in as possible. You could have drag racing and so on, and you fit all of those sports in it, and that would have you covered for all of the racing you could possibly think of. Now, admittedly, that's going to take away kind of the customizability, if you like, of Forza. However, yeah, I think that's a very, very cool way of progressing. Now, admittedly, there are games that have done that. As I said, Toca Race Driver, Grid, the first Grid did it very, very well. I really liked the first Grid single player. However, the thing that I would add in, and the thing that I would add in to make it interesting, is you would have, in effect, one life. So when you are racing, you could kill your character, you could kill your player if you had a big enough shunt, or if you had an accident, you could be injured, or you could be well, maybe not necessarily kill, but you could be sort of injured in such a way that you couldn't carry on, or you could have your car smashed up and you could run out of money, so you would basically end the career, or you'd fail the career, or you'd have to end the career, or whatever you like, and so you would have to drive cautiously. You couldn't just plow into a race and cause accidents, because you would end up running out of money very quickly by crashing your car. And the fact that there is actually a consequence for having accidents is what I would think would make the best sort of racing game, if you like, because no game really has a consequence for actually causing an accident or causing crashes, really. And I think by having that sort of one-shot thing going on, I've probably not explained that particularly well, but I hope you kind of get what I mean by that. Is that, yeah, I think that'd be really, really cool having that kind of thing. Perhaps what you could do then is, with the online aspect of the game, you could have a more Forza-style thing where you have cars that you can buy and you can upgrade how you like. And then you can take them racing, but again, you have to keep that single life, that single go, if you like. And then if you have a huge shunt, you can end up having to restart your career on online or on single player. The only downside to doing that with an online is you'd have to have a way of banning or of undoing somebody being an arsehole, basically, in a race. So you have to have a way of detecting if somebody's gone into a corner flat out and not braked. Yeah, that's how I would build my ideal driving game. Somebody says, I swear I've rolled a Veyron. I could have sworn I have rolled a Veyron at some point, because I know lots of people want to see me roll it before. I don't know why I would not have done. Let's just have a look. People want to see roll the Kia Ceed. I have rolled a Ceed. I have rolled a C''D a while back. When did we roll? In the cheap, I had to buy cars off the storefront for little money, and a Ceed fell over then. We've got there's some love for the Saabs going on at the moment. Yeah, there's a bit of love for the Saabs. Should we have a go with a Saab, perhaps, or shall we have a go with a Koenigsegg? There seems to be a love for the Koenigsegg's on there as well. I've never rolled a Koenigsegg. I know that much. Do I even own a Koenigsegg? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologise if you're getting angry at me. I do own a Koenigsegg. Should we try the Agera or the C8 C8S? I might as well go for the Agera. I'm trying to guess what people will want. never the best thing. I've got an Agera somewhere. I actually quite like the Agera. I definitely prefer the Agera to the Veyron. Does the Agera R? Why am I looking under A? I need K. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I do like the Agera car. It's a nice looking car, and I think it's more exciting. It's more of a challenge than driving a Veyron. Because it's rear-wheel drive. I find Veyrons a little bit boring. I appreciate how blooming fast they are. They are ridiculously fast, and to be that fast and still be luxurious and still be comfortable, etc., it is mighty, mighty impressive. However, it's not particularly exciting to me. That vehicle. Right, shall we have a laugh and see how little this damn thing does? It's really going to do bugger all, I think. But we will try it. We will try it, and we will see what it does. Pressing the name multiple times is not going to work. I can see if you're typing it more than once. I can vaguely... Well, I have just about enough memory to recognise the many different car pictures, and if the same car picture is suggesting the same car again and again, then that doesn't count. That's called cheating. So we will have a go with the Agera. And now this is a bit of a change from the two previous cars. We've now got a rear-wheel drive silly thing that I really do quite like. Turn and turn and turn and not turn. And all of the understeer, and then all of the oversteer, because of awful lots of power. Many powers are going from the back of the Koenigsegg. This one I really will have to be on bonnet view for. Ooh, that's interesting. Did not expect that. Okay, let's stop. Or not stop. Or let's stop. There we go. We're good. Oh dear. And let's spin it around. I should point out, hello, welcome if you are just joining this live stream. We are doing, in case you haven't read the title, I don't know why you wouldn't have read the title, but we are doing a Will It's Roll. I am trying to throw cars off a curb and cause them to end up on their roof. We are currently, we've rolled the Lamborghini Aventador, we have rolled the Volvo 850R. It is now a Koenigsegg Agera's turn. See if we can roll this mental hypercar. Is actually looking kind of promising. It's weird. It's a weird. I wasn't expecting it to be getting that far up. I don't think this will go over. I think it is too low to actually go over. Now there is some advantages to me doing this in third person. I can actually see how far it is going up on its side. I will have a couple of runs like that, see what it's doing. I think it is getting caught on the floor. I'm pretty sure that that's what it's doing. And that was a poor attempt. We've got no brakes. Whoa! Hello. I would love to know a statistic. Not that anybody would be able to give it to me, even I would remember as how many cars have hit that wall, or how many times that wall has been hit by my vehicles doing this. It would be such a silly number. Big slide in this car. It's a silly thing, and I absolutely love it. Right, let's try again over these curbs. It gets thrown around by the curbs a lot, this vehicle. I'm not going to get it turned. I think the best way I'm going to get this vehicle to roll is use blinding speed. And blinding speed through a tight, twisty S-bend corner, no fun. Is there? Well, it'll just be big sideways fun. Well, not necessarily for me. I'm not a huge fan of drifting, as everybody knows. I'd much rather have a car going forward, so you're not going slowly sideways. Here we go. Curb, Koenigsegg, floor. It's grinding the body on the floor, isn't it? I can see those sparks coming up as we go around the corner. This is the problem with doing it with the supercar, whatever supercar that we go with, is that it's just going to scrape the body. And okay, but this is promising. This is very promising that I wasn't expecting at all. Big slideways. I keep saying slideways. Oh dear, that's another one. I'm actually currently working on putting together a FailRace dictionary. It's a huge process of me trying to find or trying to remember what videos we made up. Not what videos we made up. Well, we made up all the videos. What videos we have made up words in. Well, I don't want to go this way, do I? Yeah, it's a massively long process trying to do that, but I am working on it at some point. Right. What have we got going on? I can't really see. The comments are moving very quickly tonight. I'm trying to sort of keep an eye on them. Never mind, that was never going to work. And trying to actually drive a car. Surprisingly tricky. We're not going to stop. And we can... Luckily, having plenty of power means I can spin it around without too many problems. How long is this stream going to be? It is going to probably be about an hour and a half. Unless the Prius decides to be a pain in the butt and... take forever, because as I said, I promise I will roll a Prius. We're going to hit a wall very fast. What's the time now? You've got another hour to go. What time did we start? It was 8:30 we started. So yeah, we've still got plenty of time to throw vehicles at curbs. I'll have a couple now. Speaking of time, actually, while I think about it, I won't do as many attempts necessarily with a standard car as I would if I was doing this properly, because I know you actually want to see the cars fall over in the stream. Whee! That is a little bit so easy to get this car sideways. Yeah, I'll probably limit to about 5 minutes of trying, unless it looks like it's really likely to go over. I'll limit it to 5 minutes of trying, so we'll have one more attempt with this vehicle. Standard, and then it'll be to the upgrade shop. I think suspension will do it. I don't think I need tyres in this car. I think we can raise the suspension. We may possibly have to put some camber on it. I'll try and avoid putting the camber on it if I can. It's the ride height, it's the catching on the floor that's the problem with this. And again, nah, it's not going to... Don't... Well, after a year of trying, it might roll standard. I just think it's too low. It's a common supercar thing. Right, let's go and upgrade the car. People saying the Sprite. I'll do the Sprite next. It will take me one attempt. I don't actually. It might not roll standard because it's too slow. I have rolled Sprites so many times. I have racing Sprites. What event was it? One of the Adversity communities I ran a Sprite in. It was a really, really quick Sprite. I think it was the one that I was a little bit disappointed because I think the Sprite could have probably been, or could have won at least 2 of the races because it was really very, very fast. And they fall over in racing spec. Unbelievably easy. Really, really easy because they're tiny and they have huge amounts of grip. Okay, we want to put on racing suspension. And we want to go... I have racing suspension already bought. When did I... Is this car standard? Have I been... No, I don't want to save current setup. Have I been doing that with a modified vehicle? I might have been doing that with a modified vehicle. Shush! Nobody saw that. In fact, everybody saw that. Bugger. Go on there, and then we will raise the car. That may have had racing tyres on it then. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that would be... That wasn't very grippy if it was racing tyres. Test drive, and whoop, somewhere is sunset. And then we shall go, and I shall have a drink while we're in a loading screen. Alright, much better. Am I going to see the Need for Speed movie? Yes, I'm going to go and see the Need for Speed movie. It's one of those films that it could be quite a lot like Death Race. I love Death Race. It is probably... Yeah, it's my favourite... I've said this before, I'm pretty sure. It is my favourite film alongside Gladiator. I couldn't possibly choose which one of them is my favourite film. They're both excellent, excellent films. I love Death Race. No, it's not particularly clever. It's not amazing cinematography or amazing storytelling. It's just good fun. You put cars with massive, massive guns on and race them around. What more could you possibly want? It's just such an excellent film. If Need for Speed is done correctly, or in my opinion correctly, if they make it that kind of, yes, we know we're not being very serious, but let's make it fun and slightly crazy. If it's like that, then it will be a great film. If they try and make it vaguely serious, that's when they could have a problem. So yeah, I will be seeing it, as it looks suitably crazy to me from the few trailers I've seen on it. So yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, I will be watching that film. It's one of those... Okay, yeah, it doesn't like having the suspension like this. It's already not very nice to drive. Come on, roll over. No, I'm not going to roll over doing that. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be... that's going to be a bit interesting. We're not going to really stop either. And spin, 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 spin. Ah, I like the mental hypercars. Okay. Oh dear. Come on, Koenigsegg, hit the curb, flat out. Ooh. We gotta hit the wall. Hey, didn't quite roll. God damn it. Did not quite roll off the thingy, the tyre walls. Right. What am I drinking? I'm drinking apple juice. Yes, I am that cool. It would be tea, only I've had this drink sitting around. Well, I knew I was going to have it sitting around for a while, so it's not tea, because tea would have gone cold. Cold tea's horrible. Please stop. Thank you. What is my favourite track except Bathurst? That's mean. That's... What is my favourite track? Can I include fictional tracks in that? If we include fictional tracks, then it would be the New York circuit from Forza 3. I love that track. I was phenomenally fast around there. Everybody seems to have a track in which they tend to do to do best on. When it comes to us at FailRace, Husky is Nürburgring. He is stupidly fast at Nürburgring. Daniel is Silverstone. He's stupidly fast there. And for me, it was always New York. On Forza 4, it's Iberian. On Forza 3, though, it was New York. I was really fast at New York. I absolutely love that track. Of course, on Forza 4, as you all know, Iberian is certainly my track. As far as real-world circuits go, that is an interesting question. I'm trying to have a think. I'm trying to have a think. What would that is a tough question. That is a tough question. Most of the British circuits, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of them as such, but yeah, I don't know. There's none of them that sort of jump out at me as being massively exciting. I'm trying to think what circuits I've seen the best racing on. It would probably be one of the street circuits that the V8 supercars race around. God, I cannot remember. The one. What was it called? Where I've seen a couple of really very, very good races. Phillip Island. That's the one. Yes, it is Phillip Island. Phillip Island has some fantastic, had some fantastic racing. I think it was this year where they went 4 wide into the first corner. The first corner is a incredibly fast corner there, and they tried to fit 4 V8 supercars in it. Yeah, that was pretty mental. I think, yeah, I'm going to go for Phillip Island as my second favourite racetrack, if you like. This Koenigsegg is not going to roll, I think. I might have had that on race tyres or wide tyres on that first attempt, because now I've put a razor suspension. It should roll easier, and it's not really. It's sort of about the same. We'll have another go, but if it doesn't do anything more, then we will swap the tyres. Curb! Nah, I mean I didn't hit the curb very well there, but to the upgrade shop. We will fit on race tyres, and then I think the Koenigsegg will probably roll over without too many issues. What questions have we got coming in? Let me just have a scroll down through if my scroll wheel would work. The scroll wheel won't. Let me mouse. You don't want to see my desk. You don't want to see the amount of wires I have sort of strewn all over the place. It is, yeah, it's not neat. It's not tidy. Let's have a look. What have we got? It's all now trying to update itself. Well, screw you. I'll just have to keep seeing what comes up at the top. Yes, Sydney has also had some very good races on for the V8 supercars. I remember the one in the wet. I remember watching that. That was phenomenal. When it was like, was it the final race of the championship where everything all went to hell and started raining, and they had to try and fix the cars and get them out just to try and score points because all the top 4 all crashed as the track was getting wetter and wetter. And Whincup did a stupid brave overtake around the outside of somebody. Yeah, Sydney's a pretty damn good track as well. We're going to upgrade shop, weren't we? That's what we were doing. Tyres, yes, racing tyres. We won't go for the full tyre width upgrade. We may fall back on that at some point, but no, for now they're good enough. More power will not work. Power does not work. You need an amount of speed to roll a vehicle. We've had a few cars that simply won't roll because they are too slow, but they have to be really, really slow. Like F-class cars will roll over with enough grip. That's why I think the Sprite really wouldn't be very hard. However, yeah, they need some speed, but it's not very much. This is plenty fast enough. We don't need any more speed. We don't need any more speed in this at all. Right, have we got any more questions? Come on, computer, work. No, scroll wheel's not working. Why has my scroll wheel died? You useless mouse. What? No. Wait, no, the scroll wheel's just given up. Screw it. I tried, people. I tried. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to try and catch the questions as they come in, which is always interesting while trying to drive at the same time. So if I miss a thing, I apologise. Am I planning on doing a Will It Roll on Gran Turismo 6? Possibly. Possibly. If I get... The problem is Will It Roll is a very time-consuming thing to do. It takes an awful long time to do a Will It Roll. On some occasions, other times it can not take very long at all. Problem with Gran Turismo 6 is the replays are very hard to work with. Jesus, that got bumped about a lot. Replays on Gran Turismo 6 are hard to work with because you can only skip forward and backwards. Thank you to whoever told me. I don't know if you're watching, but the people who've told me that you can only skip forward and backwards because when you go through checkpoints, you have to go in between the checkpoints. And because I'm doing Will It Roll, going on the same bit of track, I don't pass any sort of not checkpoints, like the split sections of the tracks. So I can't skip forward and backwards. There's the Koenigsegg. Koenigsegg's rolled. Woohoo! Koenigsegg's on its roof, and it is gone. Haha! That was really not challenging for a supercar. That was certainly, that was really not a challenge for a super. I'm surprised how easy that Koenigsegg rolled. Fell over really straightforwardly. Okay, I had to put race tyres on it. I wonder if it would without the suspension, but never mind. So yeah, Gran Turismo, I might do a sort of like experimenting what makes the cars roll on there. Probably won't do Will It Roll just because of the longevity of the of just making a video, because you have to watch the entire thing all the way through, and that would take stupid amounts of time. Another question. Somebody asked, what is my favourite Formula 1 driver? Very, very simple to answer that one. That would be Kimi Räikkönen. Because Kimi Räikkönen is one of those rare people that will just speak his mind. Like when it comes to like footballers or racing drivers, or like high-end racing drivers anyway, that have all the sponsorship money, they can't necessarily say what they think because sponsors might get upset and then, not pay or might withdraw, etc. So, yeah, most, I don't want to sound rude, but a lot of when they're in interviews or whatever, a lot of sports people, they're not the most interesting people because they just have a set answer that they have to say. Whereas Kimi Räikkönen will just say whatever the hell he feels like, and I love that about him. And he's also a very, very good driver, which is always a good thing. It's done some pretty impressive. I seem to remember it was him that. Oh God, where was it? Circuit of the Americas. The first time they raced there, he did a ridiculous overtake on somebody. I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember who was overtaking, but it's a really impressive overtake on the outside of some very, very fast corners. Right. Next car to roll. I should have asked for what people want to see. I don't really want to do the Veyron. I'm pretty sure we rolled a Veyron before. It's somewhere in a video. A GT6 live stream on Will It Roll? Possibly. That actually sounds like quite a sensible idea, quite a sensible solution to GT6 problems. I can't flip over the tyres, doesn't work. There's an invisible wall up there. You can't do it. Right. Cars. Sprite, that's what I was going to do. I was going to show the Sprite, that the Sprite's easy to roll. Do I have a non-racing version? I don't want to search cars. I want my cars. I think my racing version might be on the FailRace account. Not sure. Somewhere. No, where am I going? Oh, I'm looking for S. We want Austin Healey. There we go. I don't have a Healey. Okay, I'm going to buy a Healey, and I'm pretty sure. I don't think it'll roll standard. I think it's too slow. But to give it race tyres, it will fall over on any curb. I hope. That's what I expect from this. I do like this car. It is. I like driving this car when you put some upgrades in. If you put race tyres on it and sort of all your race parts on it, this is one of the most fun cars to drive because it just weighs nothing. It is literally a go-kart. You can just chuck it around the corners and it just grips if built correctly. Of course, if you try to go for power, then yeah, it won't. But yeah, it's got such stupid amounts of grip. It's huge fun to drive this car. If you have the DLC and you haven't built one up, build it up to sort of, I think C-Class. C-Class is pretty good for these. You'll get about 120 horsepower, maybe 130, and build all the handling parts on and then add on a little bit of power here and there, and it will be amazing. It will be absolutely amazing fun to drive. As yeah, these cars are great fun. They really are, because they weigh so little. Test drive. I think it's going to be too slow to roll on everything standard. I'll try it. We'll give it a go. We will see what it does. Fingers crossed. It will fall over. Smart car rolls over very easily. I'm pretty sure we've rolled that as well. I'm fairly sure that rolled on the first time I tried it as well, completely standard, which was... it's always nice when they do that. What else did it? I don't know. I can't try to remember all the cars that rolled over instantly. I'm not sure if the Lotus Elise didn't. An interesting story about the Lotus Elise. We were messing about. I think we were doing a testy race thing When we have our A-Class cars, Daniel drives a A-Class Lotus Elise, I can't remember what the year is, 99 Elise. I have a 2000 and something NSX, Acura NSX. We were racing them and we were messing about, I think it was at Silverstone, and I got my Acura up on 2 wheels, and Daniel made a bet with me that I couldn't roll the Elise. Him thinking that, that Forza worked with real-world physics, that because the Elise was so low to the ground and incredibly light, that it wouldn't roll, and of course I went and rolled the Elise on the first attempt. Yeah, the Elise has enough speed and enough grip that it rolls over so easily. I seem to remember on Forza 3, the Radical would literally, on this track, I remember racing it. This is before, long before I did all this YouTubey stuff, and long before I became well known for rolling of vehicles. You could roll a Radical on here so easily off this curve. It's slightly different in Forza 4 because the body's too low and that catches on it. Sprite is there. I think it is too slow. And I'm missing the... I'm expecting it to be faster, and it's not. It is terrible. He will spin it around, and we will try again. What is my favourite car? I feel like I've said this a few times. My favourite car is a Shelby Daytona. This is an excellent vehicle. I love the Daytonas. They look great, they sound great, they were incredibly fast for their time, and yeah, they're incredibly rare. Yeah, they're pretty much my favourite vehicle, and it's a vehicle that I'm never going to get to own, never going to get to drive, and probably will never see. I have seen I've seen one, I presume. I presume that it is a replica, as I doubt somebody would be driving one of the real ones down the motorway in England. So I have seen a replica, never seen one of the real ones. I have seen 2 or 3 250 GTOs at a car show, but yeah, I doubt I will ever see a Shelby Daytona, which is a shame. Yeah, right. Get turned around. Who is my favourite driver in the V8 supercars? My favourite driver in the V8 supercars is Van Gisbergen. Although I'm more of a Ford person, I kind of, when it comes to motorsport, I tend not to sort of really support anybody as such. I just watch motorsport for the excitement, for the fun of it, if you like. I've always tended to support Ford when it comes to V8 supercars, just because there were less Fords. If it's a motorsport that, like when I started watching V8 supercars, I know nothing about, well, I know very little about. I tend to just support the underdog teams, because I like to see the little teams do well. And at the time I started watching V8 supercars, it was Wing Cup and the Holdens that were winning everything. So I've tended to support Fords, and I supported Van Gisbergen because he was the most exciting of the drivers. I seem to remember when he won, I think it was when he won his first race, he did like an entire drift lap around one of the circuits. So yeah, I've supported him pretty much since that, and now he drives a Holden, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I still pretty much support Van Gisbergen, but I like to see the Fords do well. I like to see the results mixed up a little bit when it comes to racing. Even in Formula 1, yeah, Kimi Räikkönen would be my favourite driver, but I still like to see interesting races and different people winning. It's always boring when you have the same person win again and again. This thing's too slow. On the subject of rolling this vehicle, it is far too slow. It is, I think, this is a shame. I don't think it's going to roll though. Well, it will roll. It will roll. It will roll very easily, but it's too slow. Okay, to the upgrade shop. I'm not sure what way to go with this car. I mean, I could go for tyres. If I go for tyres, it'll give me more grip, which means I'll need less speed to get it to roll. Could go for suspension, because this is a very old car. It has very soft suspension. Or I could go for power and give it more speed. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I am just looking at the questions. No, I have never seen a Veyron in real life. The rarest car I've seen driving on the road is a Lamborghini Murcielago SV. I think that's probably the rarest. I've seen quite on my journey when I go to my girlfriend's house. She lives in Oxford. It's sort of an hour and a half drive. I tend to drive through some rather wealthy areas of England, and I see quite a lot of supercars on the journey. I've seen many Aston Martins, V8 Vantages, that's the wrong button, V8 Vantages, Rapides, DB9s and so on. Plenty of Nissan GTRs, McLaren MP4, 12Cs, a few Ferraris, Ferrari 458, 575, 430, quite a few 430s actually. And as far as the Lamborghini goes, the Lamborghini SV, Gallardo, and a Murcielago. I've seen loads of cars on this bit of road. It's awesome. And can we go for a turbo? all of the 11 horsepower, sorry. So, yeah, I don't know what the rarest car I've seen on the road is, actually. I think it's probably the SV. Wait, what do we want to go for? I think we want to go for suspension, perhaps. I think we're going to go suspension and tyres, simply because I can't put a big engine and instantly jump the power up in this thing. I have to go through all the little upgrades for it. So we're going to go suspension and tyres, as it's only 2 upgrades. I mean, they're quite big upgrades. But yeah, I would put a quad turbo in it. I can't. It doesn't give me the option. It only gives me a tiny turbo. Right, test drive. This should go over without too many issues. Oh, that's Iberian. I'm so programmed to go to Iberian. We want sunset, don't we? Okay. Give this a go. I should think this should work. This should work on here. I would hope. Everybody's now saying all of the power. Too late! I've gone for all of the grip. Hopefully. Well, most of the grip. Anyway. Is my favourite car a PT Cruiser? No, that's Daniel's favourite car. Daniel's favourite car is a PT Cruiser. Or a bike. Daniel loved bikes. Where we go? What are we doing? I've got distracted. We want that, don't we? And then we want all of the ride height. God, this car's going to look silly. This car's going to look really silly, I would... wait, what did I change? That's the roll bar. No, that's not the roll. That is right. What was I think? What was... Oh, that's damping. Never mind. Ignore me. Yeah, I'm not drunk. Yes, I want to apply all of that nonsense. Come on. Yes. There we go. Thank you, game. What is the worst car I've driven in Forza 4? Depends on how you define worst. What is the slowest? Well, probably the Beetle, to be honest. The Beetle has just no speed. It's just... Yeah, it's not exciting. It's very, very slow. I'm not a particularly big fan of the Beetle. Yeah, it's not a very exciting car. Can we roll off... Oh, I've rolled cars off that curb a few times. I've rolled in a few races with them. Comments are moving very quickly again, and I'm struggling to keep up. Never mind. Sorry if I miss any questions. Here we go. On the curb. Sprite's gone. Yeah, I thought it would. That was a lovely little barrel roll as well. Well done, car. Woo! Shall we do a celebratory donut? Can I even do a celebratory donut in this car? Yes, we've got a one-tyre fire going on. Oh well. What's the first race I've ever done? Actually, no, I do know. The sad thing is, I will know what the first racing game I ever played was. It was, I believe, Lotus Esprit Challenge, or Lotus Challenge. And we're talking a really old game, and I would have been not very old. I would have been like 3 or 4 probably, playing it on, you know, these old computers. I think it was colour. I think it was a colour computer. I think it was on a colour screen and stuff. I think the game was in colour and stuff. That would be the first racing game I ever played. I know that for sure. And the sad thing is, I remember it as well. I remember the graphics. You could make it rain, and it was one of those games where you had the camera right behind the car, and you could, like, when you like steered, like the car twisted on the screen, you could see how the game worked, that it was the track coming towards you, not the car moving. Yeah, it was one of those games. It was great, from what I remember. And I also remember, I think it was like Q Rally or something I spent a lot of time on as a kid, and the Colin McRae rallies and so on and so forth. Right, next car. People have been saying they want to see me roll a Le Mans car, LMP, prototype, whatever you want to call it, vehicle. What's the time? Yeah, we've got... Wait, that's the time? Bugger, that's the time. It's getting... I've talked for a while. Well, I knew I would talk for a while. Shall we do... We'll get an LMP car and go, and then we will finish on a Prius. That sound like a plan, everybody? Yeah, that'll do. What have we got? Who is the fastest driver out of us 3? That is an interesting question that we have never really... I don't want X-Class cars, bugger. That we've never really settled upon, if you like. The fastest driver depends partly on what track it is and what day it is and who's driving well. There's really not... let's use Mazda. There is... yeah, there's no real defined answer. I can beat Daniel, Daniel can beat me, I can beat Husky, Husky can beat me, Husky can beat Daniel, Daniel can beat Husky. Depends on who's driving what car, what track, if a car suits somebody. We're all very, very evenly matched. I think overall, me and Daniel are probably a little bit faster than Husky, but it's not by very much. And I would say between me and Daniel, it's ridiculously close. It's really, sometimes it's one of us, other times it's the other one. I would say I'm probably better consistency over a long run. Daniel is faster over a hot lap, which makes over for an actual, like a race distance, makes us incredibly close. Now, since I don't have to do any upgrading of this vehicle, there is no to the upgrade shop with this. We can just jump straight in, and I believe if we just raise the ride height and the camber on it, and it should go. I'm not going to take too long with this vehicle because I will do the Prius before the end of this, and so yeah, you could get to see the Prius roll. We've been going for what is this, an hour and 10 minutes so far. Hope you guys are enjoying the Will It Roll stream. Yeah, this was always like, we're never going to get through very many cars. Will It Roll does take quite a long time. There's quite a lot of just going backwards and forwards, which kind of works for this in that I can sort of answer questions and talk about stuff that's going on. I very rarely drive R1 cars. I'm not very good with these. Big slide, we caught it. Well, they say we caught it. It was an ish catch. Okay, let's just see what this car does on the car. I don't even think I've ever driven this vehicle. The R1 cars I have in my garage are the ones I get given, by the game, and I should never use them. It is so rare I drive these things. Right, I have to go cop the front, the bonnet. That's the thing, view, whatever. To do this because I've got to be precise on the curb again with this vehicle. Right, here we go. All of the speed on the curb, none of the roll. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for the these bits. These are important on this, and all the way up. I want just seeing somebody in the comments say if only it was possible to put a V8 in a Prius. I wonder if they put the Prius full. The Prius full. You see, I'm doing this thing where I'm reading something on the screen that's coming up, and then I'm saying what I'm reading instead of saying what I'm wanting to be saying. Somebody just mentioned Titanfall, and I said Prius full. Prius full sounds like an interesting challenge to do on GTA. That will be the name of the challenge when I come up with it, or when I decide how we're going to work it as such. What was I talking about? A Prius. Oh yeah, I was wondering if they put a Prius in Forza 5, if we can put silly big engines in it. That would be awesome fun. Although I have a feeling people will get very angry if a DLC car for Forza 5 was a Prius. I would. It would be great fun. We could have our favourite car back in the game. Oh dear. Yeah, this is looking much more like rolling. I think it will go over without too many trouble. These cars have so much speed in them and so much grip. Rolling's never really a problem. If I hit the curb correctly, that would be that'd be useful. Am I liking the Xbox One? Yeah, I do like the Xbox One. I've had no problems with my Xbox One. My only criticisms, really, of it at the moment, anyway, is the menu system is not as good as the 360 and inviting people to games. There goes the LMP car. Woohoo! That was not. You see, LMP cars not very hard to roll. The standard, no, they won't because they're too well set up. Fiddle with the car and it will go over. Now, I like the Xbox One. I just don't really like the menu system at the moment. It's trying too much to be a like a Windows 8 thing, and that doesn't really work for a console. Sure, it works well for touchscreen stuff perhaps, but on a console, no, I'd much rather have a similar system to the 360. But actual sort of usage-wise, I do quite like it. And the games, sure, there's not a huge amount of games on it yet, but it's a new console. There's not going to be. So yeah, I quite like the Xbox One. I just saw a question. I forgot again. Yeah, leave suggestions for cars to do after the Prius. We'll probably do the Prius and perhaps one more after that. I'll see how long it takes to do the Prius. The Prius won't roll standard, I don't think. In fact, we did roll a Prius, didn't we? I'm just thinking, in the hybrid episode, didn't we roll a Prius? Did we really not roll a Prius? We might not have done. I don't remember. We're going to go do that anyway. What was the question I saw that I was just about to answer? have I ever heard a Formula 1 engine? That's the thing. I have not heard a Formula 1 engine. I've not been to a Formula 1 race, sadly. However, I have heard was it a Formula 2 or a GP2? Or one of them. I heard, I think it was a Formula 2 car. Some of you may remember, I've said about this before. I went to motorsport. I did motorsport mechanics, engineering, whatever you want to call it, at college. And one of the race sessions we did went to Snetterton. Or I think it was a test session actually. And so the cars went out and had their 2-hour test session or whatever. They came back in for a lunch break, and the owner of the track got out his GP2 car, or whatever the thing was, and sent that round. And we were standing on the pit wall of the thing, and the car was going pretty much underneath us. If I'd reached out my hand, I could probably have touched, not that I would have done because I'd lost my hand, but I could probably have reached out and touched the car like as it went below the pit, or sort of along the pit wall. That was how close it was. That was pretty damn noisy. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that was a bit loud. Great sounding vehicle. Not the best sounding vehicle in my opinion. I still think the best sounding vehicle I've ever heard, sort of in real life, is a Maserati Quattroporte. Because there's just something about those cars that you don't expect the noise to come out of them. Like no matter how many times you say it, it still catches you out. It still surprises you just how good sounding that. No game has ever done that car justice. It really is phenomenally nice sounding in real life. Also, Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 car. They sound pretty damn impressive as well. I do quite like that. Again, that was another test session with the college, and they sound very nice indeed. Right, Prius rolled in the most hideous of beige. Is this car upgraded? It might be. Let's just go have a check. I will take off the upgrades if it is. And okay, standard. I'm pretty sure this thing won't go over. I just don't think it's. I think it's too slow and too soft a suspension. It's got comfort suspension, won't it? Where has it gone? There we go. This one. Yeah, I know. I did roll a Prius in the versus community will it roll thing, but people want to see it, so we will roll a hideous beige one. Also, the one in the Tuna Tuesday thing was a modified one. I say highly modified. It was a B class one, so fair. All of the quietness as well from this car. The Top Gear Chernobyl episode. I did like the Chernobyl thing. I like Top Gear. Of course I like Top Gear. What we do is inspired by Top Gear. It was to begin with. We kind of changed a little bit since we started. My problem with Top Gear is I wish they would just stop deliberately changing or deliberately doing stuff to make it funny and just do stuff genuinely. That's my biggest problem with Top Gear at the moment. There was a time when you could never quite be sure if it was a setup or whether they were just genuinely useless. Whereas now it's just lots of things it just seems like they're set up to try and make it funnier, and I wish they weren't. I don't particularly like that. Not all of the Top Gear. I still enjoy Top Gear. Not all of them are like that. It's just sometimes I just wish they wouldn't set things up deliberately, if you like, to try and make it funny, because I don't think it works. However, the Chernobyl thing was pretty interesting. Chernobyl was one of those funny places. It's one of those things that I would like to kind of see, but not stay for very long, mainly because I'd die of radiation. But there are bits of Chernobyl, like people hear Chernobyl and they just think that it's sort of like you go there and die from the radiation. It's not quite that dangerous. I saw a documentary somewhere about what would happen if humans suddenly vanished overnight, and if the Earth was left just like as it was, just humans vanished, and they were going around Chernobyl and showing, because that's basically the closest to what it would be like, and they were going around Chernobyl and looking at some of the buildings. Of course, they didn't go that close to the reactor bit, but bits of, I wouldn't say safe, but it's certainly not sort of insta-death going in there. So yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of interesting. So yeah, that was a cool episode. Again, though, there are little bits of that, little bit set up. But yes, that's why this Prius is not going to roll. By the way, people, this is I'm not changing up gears because I can't hear the damn thing. You stupid car! There's a wall. Whoopsie, I didn't turn. I think it's too slow. Well, in fact, it's not as slow as some vehicles we've had. The problem is the suspension is far too soft. It's this comfort road suspension. And all the cars here, of course, have a sport version of whatever vehicle it might be. That, you can get away with that, but this is not a sport version. And suspension is far too soft. We will have one more go and then I'll give up. It's not a 1.1 Clio, it's a 1.2. All of the 0.1 of a litre making difference. It's a piddly little car. I think it's got 60. It had 60 horsepower when new. It probably doesn't have that now. Although my car is, I got it very, very cheaply, and it had not done very many miles at all. I think it done 39,000 miles or something on a 19-year-old car. Didn't pay very much. I think my computer and my remote control car are both worth more than my real life car, or all of my remote control car bits, not just the car itself. But I think that both of them are worth more or cost more than my car. But my car, it does the job. It gets me from A to B. No, it's not particularly fast or particularly powerful, but it's a car. It goes around the country fine. Doesn't cost too much to insure or too much to fuel. So yeah, it does things. Yeah, it's not going to work. This Prius is not going to work, I'm afraid. I'm just trying to think of the best way of doing it. Nah. To the upgrade shop, I think we will go for tyres and suspension. We won't go for power. We'll try and do it with the standard nonsense. We will go for tyres and power. I'm just going to have a drink as well. Right. I want to go racing tyres. I think we will get away with not having the upgraded tyre width. I think we can probably do this on the standard one. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll go for racing suspension. I'm pretty sure, what has this been used for? This has got racing suspension. I don't know. I'm not actually sure what this has been used for before. I'm sorry, I'm going to think now. I'll go quiet while thinking. Why do I have a beige Prius? I don't know why this is in my garage. I mean, it's fine that it is, but I don't know why it is. Remote control car. I have a Serpent S411. I race 10th scale touring cars indoors on a very small track. Where we race, it is not quite the smallest place I've raced on. I've raced on a tighter circuit than where I race at the moment. But it's in like a community centre hall thing. The track is not very big at all, so we run 17.5 turn brushless motors. And then if I turn no timing and nothing of that put on it, just because where we race is very very small. And we used to run 13.5 turns with turbo and timing and everything on it. They were so fast that they were sort of dangerous. in a way, they were really quite quick for the little area that we were in. So yeah, I mean the car at the moment, if I was to gear it up and put all of the fancy timing you can do on the speedo, I could probably get it to hit 30 miles an hour. I wouldn't be surprised if we could do that, maybe a little bit more. If I put in the 13.5 turn motor, I could probably get it faster than that. Did I just put drag tyres on it? Never mind, they got grip as well, haven't they? Thank you, people. Well, hey, look, we're going to experiment. That's what I'm doing. Shush. I do know what I'm doing. We're experimenting, see? I'm doing an investigation. Do drag tyres make the thingy fall over? I mean, actually, that is an interesting point. Would the drag tyres be better? Because the drag tyres give you more grip. Admittedly, they wear out faster, but that's not a problem for this, is it? We'll try it. We'll see. We will see what this does. I may have just killed the engine. Well, the motor. Never mind. Who cares? Yeah, let's see what this does. That could be an interesting thing. Maybe well, to be fair, there's no cars that have been impossible to roll now. The only one that sort of partially defeated me was rolled first thing today. No, the drag tyres work, people. The drag tyres work very well. It's gone. I just watched it back on the because there's a slight delay on my recording thing from what I do to what that reads. That was a pretty good roll. That was a pretty good roll. Woohoo! Breakdancing. Go on. No, we've stuck it. Yeah, there we go. Woohoo! No, it doesn't do breakdancing very well. You are a rubbish car. Come on. We will wibble around, and we're stuck. Will it roll with my RC car? I've rolled it a few times. Yeah, I've rode it quite a few times. It's part of racing. Remote control cars, racing is a little bit different on there, in that you're in a third-person viewpoint. Not like this third-person viewpoint, as in a fixed viewpoint and the car goes around. So mistakes are more common with it. Also, where, as I said, where we race is ridiculously tight compared to like a sort of a proper track for them. So yeah, mistakes are, I say, fairly common because it's such a narrowy place to race the vehicles. And people saying, yeah, I could get my car to go a hell of a lot faster, my remote control car to go a hell of a lot faster. I put a 5.5 motor in it. In fact, somebody was racing one of them today. That was scary. Put one of them in, turn the gearing up, turn the timing up on that, and that thing would do God knows what speed. They are stupidly quick, but it's just not practical for where we race. You'll just do more damage. You'll break your car more because you'll make more mistakes. And there's no point in racing it. It will cost you a fortune to do that as well. If we were racing at a bigger track, sure, we would go with bigger motors. But yeah, as it is, it's a good speed for where we race. Right, suggestions. We will do one more car. I've got time for one more vehicle, and then I will end this live stream. So leave your suggestions. Now. Well, I'll get them in a minute, and we will do one more vehicle, and we will see. Let's just have a look. Do a video. I have plans for stuff with the remote control car. There may be at some point. Keep your eye out for that in the future. I'm not sure. Well, I know. As I said, I have plans that are being if we do it, will be amazing. It's just going to be a real nightmare to sort out. If it doesn't go through, I may just do a sort of a more generic, normal video. Right. Yeah. Now everybody's saying do videos with the remote control car at some point. I am sure we will do something. Have I ever been to Ireland? No, I have not ever been. I've never been to Ireland. I've been to Wales, I have been to Scotland, and the only other place I've been to is Lanzarote. That's it. I have not travelled very far. I would love to, but it's sort of money. We never really had particularly huge amounts of money, and it's fairly expensive going abroad, so never did. And I went to Lanzarote with my girlfriend a year or two, I don't know, a while ago. Other than that, I haven't left Great Britain, unfortunately. There are many places I would love to go, but I haven't, unfortunately. Everybody who's saying, why don't I use Twitch? It's just because at the moment everybody watches our stuff on YouTube, and it seems a bit odd since YouTube has all this feature, it seems odd to send everybody all the way over to Twitch when they're already here, and less people, well, I don't know, maybe, but I presume more people would watch it if it's on YouTube, since it's there, it's in front of them, where they know they can find our content. So it seems sensible to me to use YouTube. Again, if this becomes a more regular thing, if this becomes more popular, then we may well end up changing over. I don't know. Roll a NASCAR. I'm pretty sure we rolled a NASCAR. I'm pretty sure we rolled that one in a race car. We did a Will It Roll with race cars, and I'm pretty sure we put that on its roof. I'm surprised. Why am I looking at? I don't know where I clicked. I've just been talking with the thing on a random screen. I do apologise. You're not getting the beauty of the beige Prius. There's a lot of love for the Saabs at the moment. I am seeing coming up. Do you want a Saab or a Daytona? Or a very badly spelt Bugatti? Sorry, I probably shouldn't laugh because I'd probably spell it wrong as well. Roll a block of cheese. I could paint a yellowy Stratos. Does that count? That's as close as I can get, I'm afraid. There's no real there's no particular winner coming out on here. Hennessey Venom. We haven't rolled a Venom. Should we go roll a Venom? Should we see what a Venom does? Perhaps we've rolled a Hummer. I know we rolled a Hummer. That was like the second or third video. The Hummer wasn't very hard to roll either. Shall we go have a go with the Venom? I don't think we've ever rolled a Venom. Because I think, no, I'm pretty sure we didn't. I'm pretty sure, I know we rolled a Veyron. I don't think we rolled the Venom, though. Let's give it a go. What could go wrong with this car? Other than smack into a wall at very high speeds. At really very high speeds. Yeah. What's the time? Okay, yeah, this will definitely be the final vehicle that we do. I will just do a very brief test drive. I don't want the stream screwing up again like it did last time. So I'll do a very quick attempt with this vehicle on standard setup, if you like, standard tyres, etc. And yeah, it will probably require. My guess with this is it will be very similar to the Koenigsegg. I think it's not quite as. I don't know. This is an odd one. This one, I have no idea what's going to happen with this. And may also have to concentrate, as this thing is. I love the Venom. The Venom is probably my favourite hypercar, although it becomes a bit tricky when discussing that. I have sort of 3 hypercars that I really quite like. The Venom, the TVR Speed 12 and the Zenvo. All of them I like for exactly the same reason, in that they are absolutely bonkers. They really are, and that's why I love them. This one, just because of the power and the way that it delivers the power and all of the wheel spins and the speed. It's an excellent car. I love the Venom. As far as rolling it goes, it actually, yeah, I mean, that's getting wall and bonk. As far as actually rolling the thing goes, it seems to be more like the Agera. I mean, the real problem with the Venom is just keeping the thing under control. I think I probably shouldn't really go up this end. I don't really think it is. I don't think it's going to roll from this angle, so I have to navigate the chicane and not hit the curb at all, and then speed and then brake. That was too much speed, and almost at the Bugatti sign. Oh dear, and reverse, and forward, and there we go. Right, there are still just constant car suggestions coming in. Come on, curb. Curb, not curb. Well, hit the curb, didn't roll, and into the tyre bundle. I don't think this is going to roll standard. I really don't think it's going to roll standard. I think it is. It's too wide, I think. To be fair, I don't know why the Agera rolled or got as far outside standard as it did. It shouldn't have done. It's did I roll the Fiat 500? I'm pretty sure I rolled a Fiat 500 at some point. We've rolled many cars. On Will It Roll? I'm pretty sure a 500 was one of them. Right, curb, whip. No, it's not going to go standard. I can tell you that much. That was a fairly good. Oops, I put it in reverse. That was a fairly good hit on the curb. Yeah, I think we're going to need some upgrades in there. Well, we're not going to need any power upgrades, that is for sure. There's a smack on a sign. I don't know what sign I collected there. It's too wide. Too wide and too low, as is the normal thing with a reverse, with any supercar or hypercar or whatever form of car, anything like this. Well, this will be our final attempt with standard, I think, because I don't want to run too late with the stream. And no, it's the curve anyway. And pop into the wall. Okay, upgrade shop time. We will go for tyres. We'll go for suspension. What I'm going to do, in fact, I'll put on the racing suspension. I won't do the raise and stiffen it just yet. I will put the tyres on, and yeah, I'll put the suspension on, but I won't adjust it so that if it doesn't roll, I don't have to go all the way back to this. Right, upgrade shop. We want tyres. We want. Well, drag tyres work, but I think we'll go for just racing ones for now. Do we have... Oh, we already have the racing... Okay, fair enough. We have the racing suspension already installed. What weight could you take out of a Venom? How do you take out £400 from an already very light car? What? Now, this car is built for speed, pretty much, and I presume this is pretty much as light as they could make it. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not the lightest car in existence because it has a humongous engine in. How do you suddenly take out £400? That doesn't make much sense to me. Never mind. We will go and roll this vehicle, hopefully. Let's see if the racing tyres have done the trick, and if not, raise, etc. Yeah, it'll work, I hope. Hope it doesn't take too long to roll this blooming car. We've gone through all of these without any major hiccups, if you like. The Aventador was a bit simpler than I thought it could be, and all the other cars have been fairly straightforward. So I'm hoping that this won't be too bad. Right, I'm just going to have another drink as well. It's hard talking for ages. I don't even know how long this has been going on for. An hour and a half? Oh dear. My voice really does start to give up after about an hour and a half. It's surprisingly tricky. It's surprisingly tricky doing this. Like when you sit and watch things, you don't realise how hard it is to try and talk for an hour, hour and a half straight. Let's get it stopped and let's get it. These racing tyres have done nothing at all to help sort out the 1,200 horsepower. We're going over here now. We're just going to explore the Sunset Track area. We're going to not get turned. Turn you! Oh dear. We're not turning at all. Let's just forget about the turning. There's no turning. This way is definitely going to be best for the Venom. I just haven't messed about with this car. It's, yeah, not a sensible vehicle, this one. And throw it at the curb. Ooh, okay. That might work. That, I don't know. That's quite a long way. I think if I do roll this, it is going to have or should I say, if I attack the curve at the speed at which I would need to roll this car, if I do not roll it, there's going to be a very big crash. There is going to be an incredibly big crash. So, yeah, we may bump into the wall quite heavily. Oh well. Curb! There's the wall. I missed the curb. Ow. That's a, yeah. That, I don't know. I think this is too low. I think the racing tyres haven't really done much, but I think it just scrapes the, well, I mean, it is designed to be a record-setting car, so it is going to be pretty damn low for aerodynamically reasons. So we just can't help put the power down. This car's fun to try and drive this on Forza 5 when you just have less grip in general. I can't sort of stop either. Brakes, not fantastic. Though to be fair, they are pretty good for... Oh god, please stop. Turn! No, that's reverse. The brakes on the Venom are pretty good. Well, I think it's partly down to the lightness of the vehicle as well. They are pretty good for one of these high-speed cars, as it's... Yeah, when you get this sort of speed, when you get a car that's this fast, there's so much acceleration, you get... not lulled, but you put on the brakes at a normal stopping point, and instead of doing 160, you're doing 200. So your actual perception of how good the brakes are change. However, the Venom does stop very, very well for the speed. No, that's not going to do it. Tyres! Whoopsie. Let's to the upgrades, because, well, to the tuning, not grey shop, to the tuning setup majig. That thing, whatever. In fact, it is already all the way up high on the suspension. Stiff, cambers and cambers. There we go. That will do. Turn the Venom into a monster truck. I don't think that would work very well. I think the Venom would then fall over all of the time, pretty much. Oh, come on. Get spun. Hey, there we go. I did put the camber on, didn't I? I think so. Right. Yeah, that's definitely going to roll. Curb. Hey! Venom's gone. Venom has rolled over. That was pretty spectacular. That was, should we go for another one? I'll leave it in third person view for this one, since this pretty much falls over instantly. Now. Yeah, the, Venom, not hard to roll when you give it the suspension set up correctly. Here we go. Maybe I don't really even need to go flat out on here. I rolled it coming down the slower route. And ooh, oh, you cheeky car! Maybe I need a little bit more speed. Maybe. Oops, we've had some issues. And spin. Come on, spin. Fine, handbrake. Don't really want to use that. It's the first time I've used the handbrake this entire video, possibly. Right. Ooh. A little bit of a twitch there. Come on, Venom. Go, roll over. There we go. Woo! That's a pretty that's pretty straightforward to roll with the setup. I'm surprised. To be fair, when I was thinking about the Aventador, when I couldn't roll that, I didn't realise about the tyres. So supercars have become easier. Ooh, press the wrong button. God damn it! I'm doing the press random buttons again. Yeah, supercars are a little bit straightforward, more straightforward to roll now that I can add the tyres on them. Yeah, the Venom is the very mental car, actually not that hard to roll. Of course, we should have to have some hold on, I can't speak. Celebratory donuts and celebratory burnouts. Hey! Well, there we go, people. That is it for this live stream. I don't even know how many cars we rolled. 5, 4, 6, 9. Maybe not 9. Quite a few. Yeah, it was good fun. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. There may, I say may, I'm not sure quite. There might be a live stream next week. It will be on Saturday. Again, it will be at the same time on Saturday if I do it. I'm not sure what I will be doing yet on it. If I do decide to do a live stream though, yeah, it will be next week on Saturday at 8:30 PM GMT. Of course, if you can't make the live stream, these videos go straight up on YouTube. Straight after I finish doing them, they will go up on YouTube, so you can watch it, or if you came halfway through, etc., you can join in. You can go back to the start and see what you missed. Sorry, my brain is just giving up. It's just throwing words out in a random order and saying, make that into a sentence, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. So yeah, next week there may be a live stream. Might be a Will It Roll Gran Turismo, possibly, if people want to see that. Or it might be a GTA 5. More likely to be a Will It Roll and Gran Turismo, to be honest. If people want to watch that, let me know in the comments. Yeah, people seem to like the idea of a Will It Roll on GT6. I've not tried live streaming from PlayStation. That could be fun. However, yes, that is it for today, guys. Thank you everybody who's joined. Thank you anybody who has stayed for the entire way. I hope you've enjoyed this hour and a half-ish of me waffling on about cars and occasionally crashing. So yeah, until next time, goodbye.